the law that it has hit headlines where statement आयला तर PIN statement दिल त्यांना DGP नाव काढलं म्हणून आमचे DGP गोविंदराव. My first thing which I want to say is I had always said that there is a big fish involved, a big IPS and a senior IPS officer involved. Now he has made a statement where he has disclosed the name. He has given details of the calls which were made from time to time and how he was being directed to take action or stop the action. And I think now my demand stands fully vindicated on these issues now. Future I will demand that the Chief Minister should immediately relieve the DGP from his post. I also demand that the government of Goa should put the DGP as an abettor to this crime. I also demand that the matter be handed over to CBI for investigation because there are high players involved. And I demand that all the call details between those named in that statement of the PI should be immediately obtained. And I think their handsets also should be seized so that you can know the entire connection and the link between one and the other. The players, non-players, stakeholders, the contractors, the bouncers, anybody. And there are other police officers which have been named in the statement. The role of each one has to be examined. Barik Munsha Dolemon, it is not the end of the story. When you want to stop the rot, it must stop from the beginning, from the top. To ek chaprasi kanik pyun dolmun te kawa jaina. And if these kind of things happen, and there is a man in uniform who is going to be heading the police machinery, God forgive, God help us. We will never get justice and the common man will be left on the lurch in the road. Barik Munis police station avottanna to change asle paristhiti ki zaat lete when you have big players and big fish involved in this matter. I think if any statement is being given, they should come clean on these things. They should come clean on the records. We will take up this matter. We will pursue this matter. Even I wanted, yesterday I called Mullah, I will want to find out who is the one who was approached for this compromise. It I called Samlale. To cover up the names of these senior people, to cover up the name of the high-ranking people, officers, it is definitely to cover the tracks. Compromise. So I think this time has come that Goa must see a cleansing of the system and the time for the Chief Minister to walk the talk that we will not spare anyone. He has also said that we will not allow the case to be taken back. This is not just a case against that lady and that family. This is a case against the state, and therefore there is a duty and obligation on the part of the Chief Minister to pursue this to its logical end.
आयजी त्यांना ऑफिस आपले चार्ज घेतला बट डू यू फील दॅट सस्पेंड करतो इमिजिएट
कोण
DGP?
The government of Goa has no powers to suspend him because IPS and IPAS officers are under the control of the MHA. Therefore, the correct thing with the Chief Minister should do is relieve him of the duties. And they can definitely write to the Home Ministry that send a replacement. But that does not mean ambisho transfer murna. Ka transfer murna tukchin naka sutlo mun. I believe that action should be taken and find out the involvement of anybody named. Find out the extent and the role of each person. Sometimes it should not be that one person fired the shot and dusra ke naam arla odu pakte ka. Aun suttalo. But here, from the beginning, we have been saying, and I have specifically stated, that there is the role of a very high-ranking police, IPS officer.
Yes. As far as law of justice is concerned, त्रास झाले म्हणून सांगले. Suddenly there were things that U-turn झाले. So how this illegality goes?
I'll explain something to which will answer your question. तुम्ही पळयला आता दनपारां SP crime branch has given a press statement. First thing, I will strike at the root of his press conference. My first question is, why did the SP of crime branch address a press conference? The SP of crime branch, to my knowledge, the chief minister had said that FIR which was registered at Anjuna police station about the kidnapping and that illegal demolition was being transferred to crime branch. So he could at the most speak on that FIR. How did he jump into the issue of the report which was submitted to the chief secretary and the recommendation of the chief secretary and the direction to suspend? I hope you understand what I am saying. There are two issues. One is the FIR by that family and the other is action against the PI. The FIR by the family is against the builder, against the owner, against the bouncers. Nothing to do with any officers named. So how does the SP of crime branch get up and make statements in respect of the other issue which is not before him? Second, in his press briefing, he makes a statement that the statement of PI Prashal Desai is not signed and not verified. Please listen very carefully to it. The statement of Prashal Desai, the PI, is not signed nor verified. First, he accepts it is a statement of Prashal Desai. Second, how does he have access to that file, which is not still within his jurisdiction? How did he get access to know it was not signed? If he knows it was not signed, but it was sent by Prashal Desai, it is clearly it was sent by Prashal Desai. This shows overstepping of the limits by SP crime branch to protect his DGP. And this is the fear which we have expressed, that if the matter is handed over to crime branch, this officer will be under the supervision, under the direction and under the control of the DGP, who is named in that second part as the man who has made phone calls, the man who was intervening at every point of time to take action or to withhold from taking action, and therefore his direct involvement is a matter of concern for the state. It is a concern for crime and it's a concern for justice. I can understand if Prashal Desai was investigating a crime and an accused comes before him or a witness comes before him and makes a statement. Remember, under section 162 of the CRPC, statement made by a witness, because an accused can also be a witness, is not to be signed by such a witness. So any statement in an investigation, please understand this, not in an inquiry, in an investigation, and the investigation commences after FIR is registered. So such statement made before him as an investigation officer would definitely not be signed, but not when he does not have this case. Does he want to suggest that this case, second part of the DGP's involvement, that he has registered an FIR, that he has summoned these people for statements, that he has summoned a PI and recorded a statement which he has not obtained signature? This clearly shows that he rushed to try to give a clean sheet to the DGP. This shows the connivance of the entire police machinery now, and that is why I said in the afternoon, as far as investigation, it has to go to CBI, because according to me, from what you have shown, that there are bigger players involved, more police force officers, senior officers involved. It is named in the statement of the so-called unsigned and the so-called unauthenticated, unverified statement of Prashal Desai, names several other officers. And I have reason to believe, I still will make this charge, that there are other players in high rank of the government of India who would be involved in this. And that is why the matter must go to CBI, cannot be investigated by the crime branch or any branch of the government of Goa, not even vigilance or anyone. That should go there. As far as the second part is concerned, the role of the DGP and all other things, that is what we are all in unison by saying that, and I had said from beginning, it should be an inquiry by an inquiry commission headed by a retired High Court judge. And I had said in the beginning, no police officer should be involved, because then they will manipulate that inquiry. But there are good competent officers, there are retired officers who are there of the police, there are people who are also administrative officers who are there, who have retired, who also know the system, they know the process, the procedure, and they could be brought it. But I think the Chief Minister is the one who needs to stand out now and to clarify these issues. And we have demanded, and we reiterate the demand, that this criminal investigation should be moved to the CBI. And as far as this inquiry is concerned, it should be by a retired High Court judge.
As Michael and that we had moved a calling attention. The SME on the first day itself on this issue.